All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get right into this story. It's a very disturbing story about a mother who is extremely upset, disturbed, outraged, whatever term that you want to use, concerning the treatment of her 10-year-old son at St. Mary's Catholic School in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Now, just to put some context to the story, uh, the mother and the child are African American, black, whatever you want to call them. They are of African descent. Now, St. Mary's School, I don't know the complete demographics, but the majority of the students who go to that school are considered anything other than African American or black. Now, I don't know the complete, once again, demographics, but I think it was related to me. There's about 10 African American black students who attend this school. And so we cannot ignore the racial component of this incident. Now, the mother relayed to me as I was out of town this weekend several incidents that her son had to endure at the hands of students that went unchecked, uncorrected by the staff, including teachers, principals, and the archdiocese of the school. So much so that last week, or the week before last, the mother had to remove her son from the school because of several incidents. And I'm going to relay some of those incidents to you. Now, keep in mind that the child in question is a 10-year-old black student. And once again, he is surrounded by a predominantly white demographic. So the mother explains to me that her son began experiencing such aspects of bullying. Now, these are just a few of the incidents that she related to me, and hopefully she may get on and tell the complete story. But she told me so much, and I was driving at the time, so I couldn't take notes. But I'm going to just share some of the incidents that the child relayed to his mother. Now, one such incident, the mother said that, some of the white students came up to the child and told the child, hey, can we get a N-word pass for the day? Meaning, can they get a pass to say the N-word? All right? And so the student was like, nah, why would you want to pass? And the other child said, well, I got some family members coming into town, and we just want a pass to say the N-word. And the little black boy was like, nah, you can't do that. And then so the mother said that the white kid said, well, we don't have to need your permission. We could just say nig and like we're sighing, being smart Alex, I guess, right? And so that is one incident that that the child reported to his mother. Another incident last month that they said that it was Black History Month, so a couple of the students came up to him and said, well, yeah, you don't have you don't have to work so hard today. You don't have to work in the fields today. It's Black History Month. Meaning, denoting, once again, the reference to American chattel slavery, where, blacks were forced to work without pay. And, they taunted him about that. Also, they said, well, it's Black History Month. Here, you can pick whatever you want out of my lunchbox. Once again, racially taunting this 10-year-old young boy. And when the mother got wind of this behavior. Once again, there's certainly more incidents. When the mother got wind of this behavior, she, of course, contacted the principal. And she met with the principal, shared her concerns, and she said she met with him on 2 occasions. And, hopefully she'll come on and share those occasions. But she said that the principal was like, well, I really don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? And, I was taken aback by that response, and I'm pretty sure, you may be too. Like, I don't know what to do. What can we do? Like, you as a principal should take the initiative to make sure that this behavior is not happening to any one of your students, let alone a student who is a minority student with only 9 such of his peers in your school. Nevertheless, the treatment continued, so much so that the school started taking the young black boy out of class and giving him a counselor. Now listen to this. Giving him a counselor to see how he feels about being treated. How are you dealing with this, for lack, racist treatment at the hands of other kids? How are you holding up? What do you need any, I can hear myself. Do you need any medicine, to deal with this, antidepressants? Basically seeming like this kid is the problem, not the racist children, or the lack of teacher or adult prevention of these incidents happening. They're getting the victim counseling and not punishing or disciplining the ones who are perpetrating these acts against this child. Now, another incident that the mother shared with me was that the child is in what they call the cotillion. Now, the cotillion, as it has been explained to me, is, where they take the young boys out, or the young girls, whoever, and treat them certain manners, get them refined, as they say, and do those things of that nature. And they take them on trips and things. So one particular trip that the mother relayed to me, that the child was in a limousine ride with, of course, some of his peers and counterparts, probably once again the only black child in the group. And it was relayed, or he was accused of body slamming another kid in the limousine. And I don't know how you body slam someone in the limousine. But the way that this incident was reported was that the parent of another child called the parent of the child that was supposedly body slammed and told them of the incident. And this incident was not reported by the alleged victim child that the young black boy had allegedly body slammed. This was related by another kid's parent. And so when that incident was investigated, that was found out to be a lie. So here we have an incident once again, as other children trying to paint this young black boy who's enduring all sorts of bullying as the problem, as the aggressor. So it was later found out that the limousine driver had slammed on brakes and all of the kids, fell on the floor or whatever. But they did not mention that there were a group of white children fighting on that particular trip. It was only alleged that, the young black boy was the one perpetrating violence. And it's going to get kind of sticky here with this next incident, because All of these things had been happening since his tenure there. Now, once again, there's a lot more that, because she was very fiery about this situation. She was just spewing and spitting information. So hopefully she'll be able to come on and tell her side of the story. But I just do want to get this information out because this is something that should not be happening to a child. But as we're going to see, it actually stems from how they were raised. Now, all of these incidents are occurring. The principal knows about these things. The teachers know about these things, but they are not preventing them from happening. Now, this one particular incident, I think, that happened in the beginning of the month or a while back, where the young black boy and, I guess his nemesis were in line, and they were, they were in some sort of disagreement, and it was told to me that the white kid pushed the black kid, and the black kid pushed them back or whatever, and the black kid said, "If you touch me again, I'm going to slap you," or something like that. And evidently, the white kid pushed the black kid, and then the black kid attempted to slap him, but he didn't make contact because the white kid started running, and the mother said he barely tapped him on his face. Now, at this point, if I'm not mistaken, the black kid was suspended. But if I'm not mistaken, nothing happened to the white kid. However, now this is where it gets nefarious. Apparently, the kid that he got into it was the son of a Wayne County Sheriff deputy. Now, that deputy's name has been given to me as Deputy Peaton. Now, I'm not sure if this is the correct father to that child, but she said there's a lot of deputies' children who go to that school. Nevertheless, this deputy reportedly sent one of his sheriff deputy buddies out to the school to file an incident report on this matter. And in doing so, if I'm not mistaken, this deputy asked, the 10-year-old little black boy some questions about what happened, which should never occur without the parents' consent. Nevertheless, a police report about the incident was filed. And the mother told me that she went down and got the incident. And once again, I have not had any chance to get that incident report. However, there is an incident report filed on a childhood scuffle that occurred between two students. Now, of course, we know about the school to prison pipeline, the early criminalization of children, especially black children. Once again, this is unbeknownst to me because children will get in fights. Elementary school fights, playground fights, rec league fights, high school fights. That doesn't deem necessary a criminal investigation. And so that's why I think all of these school resource officers and calling to the police on little children, as we saw last year with the Dillard middle school girl who was going through a mental episode, and she ended up with probation and charges at the age of 13. All of these things are done, I think, intentionally with the purpose of criminalizing children. Nevertheless, this incident report was filed, and the mother was outraged because She didn't know about this quote unquote investigation till a representative or the archdiocese of all the schools called her and said, well, we're going to uh, want to meet with your child today. I'm going to be in town and I'm going to come to the school and, meet with your child concerning the investigation. Now, mind you, when the officer first came out or when the investigation first started, the other child's parent was there. But this lady tells me that she was not informed of any sort of investigation or any sort of meeting with law enforcement or school personnel. So she did not find out about all of these things until either the archdiocese, the principal, whoever called and told her, yeah, we want to meet with your child concerning this incident. And she said, well, no, you cannot meet with my child while I am not there. And, why did you do so in the first place? And so it was at that point that, the mother started to seek outside advocacy in the form of, some of my associates who are civil rights activists, as well as other people whose name I won't mention, but also seeking legal advice for this situation. And the manner culminated in because once again, the principal and the archdiocese and all of these people are saying what they cannot do to prevent these things from happening, but they can talk to the young black boy about what happened in response to the treatment that he had been getting and this investigative criminal report. So what the mother did was she took the child out of the school. I think it was, maybe last week, the end of last week or the week before last. And now the child is enrolled in another private school. So this treatment by the students, by the staff, and by the administration of St. Mary's Catholic school has caused this child to be removed on his own volition. But if you follow the timeline of events, and I'm going to get the complete timeline of events hopefully later today, there was almost a criminalization of the victim or the vilifying of the victim from start to finish. And none of these children who were making racist remarks, making, racist behaviors toward this child, none of these children were punished by the administration. So that speaks volumes about St. Mary's. And of course, when, like the lady said, a lot of these children have, very influential parents in the community. And therefore, when you are dealing with, private schools, private funding, donations, things like that, these people don't want to offend those parents because it could be a possible loss of funding. They want to keep those relationships tight. So whatever your child does is fine. It is the black child's fault. His mother's concerns were not worthy of swift and exact retribution for the act that her child was receiving. However, if the shoe was on the other foot, and as you see, soon as the shoe got on the other foot, soon as the black child retaliated after being attacked, then he was the one that was criminalized. He was the one that became the instant problem. But as you see, they already had they already had started taking him out for quote unquote counseling, because he should be okay with, having to deal with racist remarks, right? And the fact that you are not okay with that, you need counseling. it's almost like the age old diagnosis of drapetomania that they used to give slaves who, didn't want to be slaves anymore, and they wanted to rise up above it. They was like, no, you have drapetomania. What black person wouldn't want to be nothing other than a slave, right? So that's how they're treating this young man, saying, okay, well, you need counseling because you're the one going through this. This is natural behavior for them, and it's a direct representation of how these children were raised. Now, many people don't know that Wayne County, Johnson County, and Pitt County has a reputation for three of the most racist counties in North Carolina. Now, of course, it's mass now. Blacks and white get along perfectly on the surface, but there is a deep-rooted history of these type of behavior. Now, as I did the thing about St. Mary, not the integration of Goldsboro High School a couple of months ago for Black History Month, I detailed how a lot of these private schools were started just because the white parents or the white students did not want to go to school with the blacks when integration occurred. And in the video, you can go back, it's documented, where a lot of those students went to places like St. Mary's. A lot of Christian schools were started as an answer to integration. Wayne Country Day, Wayne Christian, those schools like that. They were started in direct opposition to the integration of those schools. So there's a spirit that still lies dormant in those places. And once again, these things happen. My parents are still living. So it happened in their lifetime, which is not very long ago. 50 years sound like a long time, but it's really not. So I just want to bring this situation to light. And hopefully I will get in touch with the mother today. She will be able to give me more distinct information and detailed information on this incident. But this is something that you have to be careful about when, especially as African Americans, when you think you are doing your children a service by putting them in, schools who are reportedly better, have better resources, have better teachers, have a better reputation, better accreditation. However, you may be doing so at the detriment of their mental well-being and even their physical well-being, as we see in this case. But I'm going to keep you updated with this matter. I'm going to go and do some more digging, possibly talk to the principal. I think his name is Kilgore, who apparently doesn't know what to do in these situations. Come on, you know what to do. But you didn't do it because you want to protect those relationships that pay your bills. Nevertheless, 919-587-7782. Feel free to call, comment, and let your opinions be felt as well. What do you think should happen to the perpetrators of these events, and also the staff in the school for not addressing these matters in a swift and exact fashion? Y'all let me know. Peace and blessings.